Alright guys, I'm about to head to bed. So before I go, I wanted to make a quick video on Bitcoin and just some targets that I'm seeing as we stand right now. So this is not financial advice, use it for entertainment purposes, and let's get right into it. So we're going to look at the most bearish possibility. So we're going to look at this 9-hour chart. Shows Bitcoin right now is at 63K. Has a potential of traveling to 59,169. And then from there, most likely we could bounce up and make a move upwards and go towards the top of the trend line. I think we'll probably come here, maybe wick to 70K. This is just an overall prediction. From there, maybe come back down one more time to this middle of this trend, and from there make the final breakout. Maybe that takes place within 18 to 20 days. So let's look at a shorter time frame. Let's go with a 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart is showing we're going to go to 60,700, but I'll use less candles just to show you guys. So if you look at this pattern, Bitcoin is within its master pattern. Bitcoin enters this parallel channel that's going sideways. From this parallel channel, it comes here and begins a descent in a falling pattern. So now Bitcoin is traveling down. And as you can see, it stayed on the higher part, but now it's setting candles, wicks towards the middle of the channel and is working itself down to the lower part of the channel. So this could easily bring us here. It can put a candle down here. And usually this breaks to the upside, so this would just be a fake out, and then it may wick down somewhere, enter this pattern back, move sideways, and then eventually break out. So that's where Bitcoin is. So let's look at KASPA right now. KASPA, let's look at 3-hour chart, 2-hour chart. So KASPA within its master pattern, if I zoom out a little bit, let me see if you can see it. I have to go to 4-hour chart so you can see my main pattern KASPA is running in. So KASPA is running in this pattern. And then if I go to the 2-hour chart and zoom in for you guys, KASPA was going sideways in this parallel channel from here to here. And as you can see, it's traveling wicked out, and it entered this, what you call it, bearish continuation. So it entered from the top and is going this way, and this should break to the downside, and that's what would bring us close to this 60 cents range, maybe slightly lower. So keep an eye on KASPA for, again, 16 cents as low as 15, but I would target between 15.5 to 16. KASPA has not got much more signal than that. So let's go to Turbo. Now Turbo, we can go to a little bit longer time frame. Let's see. Let's go to the 5-hour, 6 hours. So we'll use 6-hour chart as an example. So I'm gonna extend out this line because this trend is continuing. And Turbo is, it went down on this parallel pattern, broke to the upside, entered this falling channel, and it's coming. At some point, either Turbo can just come this way and then break out, or it can just wick out, which would be like the fake out, eventually then come back in the trend, move sideways, and break out. So I would say 0.00623. So let's just say 0.0037 would be an entry target. If it pullback is deeper, and there are some deeper examples, then it can go all the way down to 0.0035. So let's go to the next one. ONDO. Again, I'm going to look at the most bearish ONDO chart for you. So the most bearish ONDO chart I see is the 10-hour chart. 10-hour chart says, hey, we came down this way, we went up, now we're coming back in this area. But I believe it might re-enter this pattern, come down all the way to here, then come back out and just continuous upward movement. So ONDO is showing that it could go to 58 cents. I would give an ONDO target anywhere from 58 to 64. The greedier you get, the least amount of chance you have to enter, because the pullback has to be deep. It depends what Bitcoin does and how deep Bitcoin pulls back. So I would start buying from 64 cents, and if you feel you're lucky, then you can be more patient and wait. So let's go to Stacks. So Stacks, right now, if you look at it, Stacks is going sideways within this channel that I created. And I'm going to look at a time frame that is the most bearish. So in this case, the 9-hour chart is the most bearish. Sell signals, and it thinks it can come all the way down to 153. From there, it probably break up and continue its move up. Now, what is my target? I'm going to show you on a lower time frame for Stacks. It just depends, again, how aggressive you want to be. So anywhere from 160 is what I would recommend. So if you buy anywhere from 154 to 160, that's a good target. I would start at 160. I personally have a buy order at 160 for right now. So let's go to AERO. So again, with AERO, let me see what's the most bearish target right now I see. Again, take this stuff with a grain of salt. Let's see. All right, so let's go with the 12-hour chart. So the 12-hour chart says, hey, we were following this pattern. We were almost breaking out. We're going this way, but nope, we re-enter the pattern and it's coming down. So it can come all the way down to 50 cents, but I'm going to look at more shorter time frame just to give you a little bit more safe entry. So 61 cents is one of the target, and if I go to the 9 hours, you have 56, and if I go to the 12 hours, you have 49. So anywhere from 49 to 59 cents would be a good entry. So again, whatever your risk tolerance is. So let's look at ABT. So ABT, I'm also gonna look at the most bearish it's showing as of right now. So we haven't got any sell signals yet, but I'll use 1 hour as an example. So it's showing that ABT will probably wick down to this area, which is about 183. It could go as low as 170. So I would tell you anywhere from 170 to 185 as the market stands right now. It's an entry zone, but this could easily change as soon as Bitcoin does a more deeper pullback. So let's look at GFI. And let me see what's the most bearish version of the chart I see on GFI. So 5 hour thinks we can go to 240. 7 hour thinks we can go to 230. 10 hour thinks we can even go to 212. So if you buy GFI anywhere from 212 to 230, that would be a pretty good entry for now. Again, Bitcoin will determine how this pullback ends up playing out. Let's go to LCX. Now, I know there's a lot of you LCX people, so let's just see what's the most bearish LCS target right now. So if the pullback is deep enough, and as you can see on the 9 hour chart, we got a sell signal here, but it ended up going up. But it thinks it may break out of this ascending pattern, break to the downside, which would again keep us within our master pattern. It thinks if the pullback is deep enough, we can hit 10 cents again. But let's look at a shorter and more reasonable time frame. I would personally go with the 4 or the 5 hour chart. So anything below 12 cents would be a good entry for LCX. Let's go to PNG. So PNG got a sell signal on the 4 hour chart. So it thinks it's going to go to 24 cents. So anywhere from 24 to 25 cents would be a good entry. I would target 25 cents and just let it play out. Again, ascending pattern usually breaks to the downside, which would then bring you here. Then from there, it would bounce and go. So I would keep 25 cents as my entry. Again, how deep Bitcoin coin pulls back would determine how low PNG will go. Let's look at FORDA really quick. So on a 4-hour chart, FORDA target is about 12 cents. If I look at the 6-hour chart, nothing. 5-hour chart things below 12 cents, 0.1168. So I would again put 12 to 12.5 cents as FORDA target. Let's go to render. Render 540 is a target on a 5-hour chart. If you go a little bit longer chart, it can go 530. If you go to 9-hour chart, nothing. 8-hour chart, nothing. So I would say anywhere from 530 to 550 would be entry. So I would start entering at 550 to 530 as price stands right now. Let's go to Solana. I've been waiting for some sell signals for you guys, but it just hasn't been coming. Right now we got a sell signal on the 3-hour chart, and it thinks Solana will come all the way down to 148. So as it stands right now, as I'm making this video, 150 would be the entry target. Now this can change as Bitcoin continues to pull back, and then it'll make a move up. That should wrap it up. I'm going to wrap up this video. Just wanted to give you guys some targets, some perspective where things are headed. Hopefully this is helpful. Till next time, peace and take it easy.